cold email can be a headache if you do not know what exactly you're doing. So I've gone through the basics and exactly what someone who is starting out cold emailing, or someone who is in the process has done already some cold emails and stuff like that. I have gone through everything that you need to know in 2026. So stay with me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want more videos just like this. Okay, so let's dive in. So here are the unique cold emailing tips to help you sign your first dream clients, or to help you sign or book more calls, like 27 plus calls. Okay, so cold email tip number one: always focus your messaging on your prospect or your target audience rather than you. Okay, now this is one of the basics, right? We all know that we should not talk about ourselves in the cold email, rather than we should talk about the prospects, the benefits that the prospect is going to get from us, and everything about them, what they are going to benefit from us. We should not talk about our product or service, but we should talk about the end results that they are going to get. Maybe they're gonna get more sales calls, maybe they're gonna get 50% more sales and stuff like that. So we should talk about them and not about us, because when we talk about us, then it's going to like then they're going to see like, okay, this person just wants to pitch me on their service so that they can get money, just like that. Okay, which is not the appropriate way. Okay, tip number two: okay, use simple subject lines. Now, do not confuse cold emailing with like email marketing. All right, there are two different, like these are two different fields. Okay, because when you run email marketing campaigns for maybe an e-com brand or like coaches and stuff like that, it makes sense to spice things up with your subject lines. Like you start saying how to do this, how to do that, how to do this, how to do that. But with cold email, we have to use simple subject line that just catches attention directly, and we jump it right in, like to make the prospects more intrigued so that they can read the cold email. So since you're targeting warm leads all the time with email marketing, okay, it's okay. But with cold email, study clients as simple as like quick question. Till today, it works, right? Quick question works really well. I myself have used it for months and I've always seen great results with it. Until now, it still works, okay? So, to be honest, you don't really need to overcomplicate the step. You don't really to overcome come with, I don't know, objections and blah 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 on your subject lines. Instead, you might just focus on your efforts and invest your time into improving your messaging and your targeting instead of the subject line. Okay, the subject line is the simplest part. Now, here comes the fun part. Okay, the third tip: avoid phrases such as "sorry to bother you," "I don't want to take too much of your time," because these phrases are bullshit. And when you use these phrases, okay, your prospects will start perceiving you as a person who is lack of confidence, right? What reason do you give them to be confident in your ability to deliver by apologizing for being an inconvenience, right? So you instantly lose the trust of your prospects by apologizing. So do not apologize in your cold emails. Okay, do not do that, because you lose the trust from your prospects. So just cut out the unnecessary filler words in your email cold emails and get straight to the point. That's the only thing you gotta do, right? Number four, and I see this all the time. Okay, this is crazy, but I included this because I see this all the time. Okay, never use I would love to in your emails. There's this phrase like "I would love to work with you," "I would love to do this and this," which it does not work. Okay, that works on Tinder, it works on dating apps, but it does not work on cold email. It's not really a thing. Okay, instead you will want to tell them if they're open to a quick chat, if they're open to a quick call, or something like that. Like those are open phrases, a yes or no question. Like, would you be interested? No. Would you be interested? Yes. Okay. Would you be open maybe this day, this week, or next week to hop on a quick call? Something like that, right? It works. Which leads us to cold email tip number five. Your targeting needs to be very specific. Now, look, there's levels to this game, okay, including cold email and email marketing in general, okay? If you want to nail down your cold email, you must become a master at targeting. That's the simplest thing you could do, okay? Do your research, know your competitor, know where exactly they are, understand them, the pain points and everything, and then your targeting will be very specific. Do your research on the competitor or someone who you're reaching out to, and Let's say, okay, you offer maybe conversion rate optimization, CRO with design or anything like that, or maybe copywriting. Okay, if you target every single company in North America with a generic message, okay, every single company in North America, that's a wide audience. Like it's not like niched down which company exactly you're reaching out to, you're going to fall off, right? Your message is not going to be like really targeted at someone. It's not going to be more specific, so it's not gonna invoke the emotion of it's not gonna get much replies because it does not intrigue people into answering, right? If you understand exactly what I mean. But if you were to specifically focus on reaching out to maybe chief marketing officers working at maybe certain brand in Houston, Texas, maybe 16 kilometers from maybe this place and that place and that place, and then reference some case study of some similar brand you recently helped just like them, you're going to notice that there is a significant jump in your reply rate. And that's because the more specific you are in your targeting, the more specific you can then be with your messaging. So, on top of that, always focus on benefits and not features. Now, if you're selling maybe a product or a service, okay, never focus on the features, but focus on the benefits that the product or the service can provide. This is the same thing that I said in the beginning, okay? Always focus on the results, do not focus on anything else, okay? Focus on the results that the prospects or your target audience or the lead that you have is going to get from your service or your product, okay? So that's it. Whenever they open your email, all they're looking into the email, what they are looking for, it is what is in it for them, right? What is in it for them? What type of results that they can expect from you, and why should they even trust you to deliver exactly what you're saying? Okay, so those are the key things. So everything else can then be like discussed later on a sales call. So those are the three things that you have to consider on your cold email. Number seven, don't include any links in your body of the emails. Okay, one of the things that I see including like email deliverability, like cold email deliverability, um most cold emails do not get delivered because they people like include a lot of links, and especially like for beginners because they use Gmail and stuff like that, they do not have like the domain set up and everything like that. So whenever they include links, it's like directly it's flagged as spam, right? So it ends up going to spam. So any email that you send out, it's flagged as spam. So do not include links because this will help with your email deliverability. Your emails will be delivered into your prospect's inbox. So your cold email might be very good, your subject line might be very good, at least it can be like the best, right? But if it's not getting delivered, then no one is seeing your cold email and no one will ever get it. So that's the thing. Do not include any links in the body of your email. Okay. Now, coming down to the silver code email tip number eight, okay? Keep your sending volume per domain low. So, for example, if you have already been doing cold email for a while, right? And then you have a domain, right? Here's the thing that you have to do, okay? This also helps with your email deliverability, okay? The other one, which I was telling you about, including links and stuff like that, it can work both ways. If you have a domain or if you do not have a domain, but it's going to be worse if you do not have a domain because your emails will flag like immediately as spam. But the ones with domains, a little bit it will take some time. But now for those with domains, okay, you have to keep your sending volume low so that your emails do not go to spam, right? So I can't stress enough about this, but you have no idea how many times I've had like someone who says with absolute full confidence that cold email doesn't work and it's a waste of time. Like most people say that. Yet when you ask them why they believe that's the case, the thing they say that, well, I use my company's domain to send out 1,000 cold emails, and not only did I see any results, but my domain also was flagged, right? Which is bullshit. You are sending too much emails out with the same domain, right? So if you send out maybe let's say 1,000 emails right off the bat using a single domain, you're essentially telling the email service providers like Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and stuff like that that you are openly using automated service software tools, right? Which is like they do not like that. And the bad news is that goes against the terms and conditions of these email service providers. So of course they're going to all your emails are going to end up like being blocked, and they're going to end up in spam. Your domain also is going to get flagged and being blocked, unfortunately. Now, but the workaround here is that you have to purchase like multiple domains and have those domains tied to your original one. So do not use the main domain. Do not use your main domain, but use your subdomains that you bought. Maybe you bought on Squarespace or you bought on Google Workspace. Okay, you can go on Squarespace and buy them, like they're really cheap out there. So then just spread like sending volume between the different domains. So rather than sending 1,000 cold emails using one domain, okay, you can purchase 20 domains, then send out 50 cold emails per domain. That way, you are less likely to trigger any anti spam filters. You can thank me later when you do that, okay? Cold email tip number 9, okay? Use relevant case study. Now, this is tied in with targeting and messaging. So, the more specific that you can be with who you're targeting and how you position your offer, the better the results. So, if you're reaching out to plumbers in your local area, it would make a lot of sense to include a case study of another plumber that you are able to help generate leads for. If you do not have such a specific case study, well, then it really comes down to how you position it, how you position your offer. If you're targeting, let's say, like HVAC companies, but you have only worked with plumbers before, you can say that you have helped companies in the home services space increase sell PIP plan by, I don't know, 80% by whatever, right? But just tell them, give them some results, because it helps. Like they see that it works, right? They might give you a chance, right? It's not always the case, but most of the time it works. So don't worry about that. It's not as specific, but it's still quite relevant. So just think of different angles that you can take with the existing case studies and see how you can make it resonate with your prospects. Lastly, and the most important of all, is keep your emails short. My friend, if you want to get people to reply to your emails because you're reaching out to decision makers like CEOs, like chief marketing officers and stuff like that, these people do not have time. Okay, so if you send a long email, my friend, you just like no one is gonna read your email. They're just going to open it and quickly send it to the dustbin, right? So the thing that you have to do is make your email short and easy to understand, that they can open and scan and exactly know exactly what you offer or what result they would expect, like what is in it for them. Okay, so the shorter way to get no reply to your cold email is by sending a cold email that is 6 or 7 paragraphs long. Okay, so be very careful. You may feel the urge to do like, okay, to include, I don't know, more information in your email, thinking that you're helping the prospects. But really, what you're doing is just like pushing them like away. Like you're pushing them away. Like, do not read my email. Leave, 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 leave. Okay, because that urge wall of text ends up overwhelming the prospects. It sometimes even confuses them because there's a lot of text, and I don't know what you are there and benefits and features. So what they do is just they delete the message. So what you want to do, you as a cold emailer, instead is to keep your email short and concise and clear, period. Okay, your email should be like 50 words or less. Okay, um I don't know, I've tested like 50 words and less, right? Which is probably like 3 sentences or 4 sentences, right? So So that's it, okay? And in the email, you must cover your offer and a relevant case study that will appeal to the prospects, because this helps like convert cold leads rather than warm leads. So sure, you can also start with your email like personalized line, but as far as you are allowed to go, everything beyond that is just fluff. Do not use a lot of paragraph explaining I found your email, blah blah blah, and that and this and that and that. Just go directly into the offer and it's good. Okay, so there you have it, the 10 unique tips that you can apply to start seeing better results with your cold email campaigns and book more calls. So if you want access to this document, let me know, and then it will be waiting for you in the description. And if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, or an agency owner, and you want to add up your to get more sales, to get more clients booking in for your business from your email list or from your cold leads email list, book a call with me down below and let's 2x your monthly sales. So see you on the next one. If you find value from this video too, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and peace out.